We will speak at some point. We have spoken. Welcome, everybody. It's Saturday morning. It is 9:30 here, Central Time in Fort Worth, Texas. It's 10:30 on the East Coast. If you're listening live, thank you for being here. If you're watching on the replay, hashtag Team Replay in the comments. We're glad you're here. For Saturday mornings, we have spoken, and we talk the Star Wars news of the day. We talk about reviewing Star Wars, all things Star Wars universe, and we're excited about it. Let's say hi to people who are here live in chat. We got BDF in the house. We got Hitchhiking Bones, Bright Suns Travelers to you. We got your grandma, my mom in the house, and a bunch of others too, I'm sure. Thanks for being here, guys. We've got Disney news and stuff. We've got Star Wars news. Oh, there's more people popping in now. Michael Superbacker, Nico the Greco, Jakey Boy in the house. What's going on, everybody? Love seeing all those friendly faces in the chat. Got a little tickle. I got a little tickle today, too. I got a tickle in my throat. Weather report here in Fort Worth, Texas is a little bit rainy. Looks like it's going to be a dreary day, but that's all right. We're having fun. I love kicking off the weekend with this young lady talking Star Wars.
We just got a patio installed in our backyard.
They don't care, but yeah, we did. We put some, Casey Bryan in the house. What's going on, Jakey Boy? Good morning to you. So I led off with, I told her last night about this. I don't know if you're going to be excited about this or not. And I kind of gave you a hint about this in our class yesterday, but they don't even care. They're not going to care about that. But before we get going into the Star Wars news of the day, what's on your mind? What's going on in your Star Wars brain today? Because I feel like we haven't talked about this in a while. But there's a couple big things in the news that we want to talk about.
I've been working on this ever since I first watched the Clone Wars, and I think I finally figured out why Mandalorians and Jedis are enemies.
Oh, tell me why before we get to the news here. Sandy Norris in the house. What's going on, Sandy?
You see, Jedi, they use their parents' consent, and I believe that by consent, they use the Jedi mind trick to allow the parents to give up their Force-sensitive kids.
Okay.
Because no parents would do that ever. It would be ridiculously stupid.
I mean, parents giving away their kids
is really stupid.
As long as you ignore the news of the day. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, you're right. In the stories, the idea is the kids are pretty young when they're taken away to the temples or whatever. Is that what we're referring to?
Yeah, age 5 or 6 at most.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, people do send their kids off to school and stuff. I mean, so it's not that different.
May I continue? Can
you not be grumpy?
May I continue, please? So what I believe is, you see, I think maybe a Jedi went on Mandalore before they became enemies, and they saw a few Force-sensitive Mandalorians, and Mandalorians do not let anyone mess with their families. And also, they're trained to resist Jedi mind tricks. They're basically a civilization of strong-willed people. So I think maybe when the Jedi tried to take some of their kids, the Jedi mind trick did not work on them. And as a result, they became determined to stop Jedis. In the Mandalorians' eyes, the Jedis were labeled kidnappers. It's only a guess and a theory, but it's based on what I believe.
Interesting.
In fact.
BDF says, if I want to see Jedi, I'll go to the lakes to see them. So let's get to the rumors. You okay with that?
Yeah.
Brie Larson plays Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel, arguably the most powerful in the MCU Marvel Cinematic Universe, right? Eternals are coming. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Captain Marvel?
Here's my question, most powerful.
This is from We Got This Covered. It's everywhere on the internet right now, though. We Got This Covered. Brie Larson reportedly wants her Star Wars character to be the strongest Jedi ever. Did you know Captain Marvel is going to be in the Star Wars universe?
No, I didn't.
It's just rumored. The rumor is Luke's wife.
That makes no sense.
So I've said it to a bunch of people, and I get that face. And what I've found, the response that I've got so far, and I've got it a few times, to Luke having a wife is, they can't change it. People, they're changing the stories. They're changing them. Dave Filoni do you know who Dave Filoni is? Guy with the cowboy hat.
The director of the Mandalorian and Clone Wars and pretty much all things Star Wars.
He got well, I don't know if he got a raise. He got a better title. He's moving up the ladder in the Star Wars world. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But let's get back to Brie, Captain Marvel. Ready, set? Right from We Got This Covered. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Mar. Good morning to both of you. Hope you're both having a great day. Evidence is suggesting that Brie Larson could be headed to a galaxy far, far away. The Captain Marvel actress has made no secret of her ambitions to join the Star Wars universe on social media, and recent reports have been pointing to her being in talks with Lucasfilm to play a new character Well, new to the screen, but not to the franchise's lore. We recently brought you the news that Bree could end up, look at the screen, please, could end up portraying Mara Jade, and tipster Daniel Reichman, I hope I'm saying his name right, has now shared a rumor which lines up with what we've been hearing. Rickman, I think it is, says that yes, Larson does have her eye on playing Mara, a character from the old EU who's most famous for being Luke Skywalker's wife. It's already a thing.
In the comics, he did have a wife.
There you go. What's more, he claims that the actress wants her Star Wars character to be the strongest Jedi in the whole saga. Yeah, me too. Hey, Dave, if you're going to hire me, can I please be the strongest Jedi ever? It's something everyone would say. When I grew up, I want to be the strongest Jedi ever.
And, sorry, I mispronounced that. In the non-canon Star Wars universe, like the stuff that was just made up for fun stories, Luke did have a wife, apparently. So maybe they're making the non-canon stuff canon for some reason.
Well, they're talking about Dave Filoni is going to change the Snoke problem, which we may or may not have time to get to here in this show. We probably will talk about. We'll see. I don't know. There's more Star Wars news and rumors than we're going to be able to get to in the next 20 minutes, but that's a good thing. While fans could debate who the real strongest Jedi is for hours, I don't even know who I think it is.
I think it's Luke.
I don't know. Mara definitely has a lot of power, and so the Avengers Endgame star should definitely come close to her wish. I'm going to keep going. I don't like being read to, so I apologize that I'm reading, but I think there's good information here. Even if the sequel trilogy appears to rule out her marriage to Luke, there's still so much potential, for Mara Jade on screen, initially serving as the Emperor's hand, his force-sensitive top assassin. She eventually reformed and became not just Luke's wife, but also a Jedi master in her own right. Are you kidding me? There's so much there. So this chick is a bad guy who works for the Emperor and then falls in love and marries Luke. And it's going to be Brie Larson, who's Captain Marvel.
That would be
who I love.
I just realized something. If those two are married, they might end up having a child somewhere. A child that went into hiding years ago. Which means there could be another Blood Skywalker.
Oh, man, she's going down the rabbit hole, isn't she? So there you go. Nico the Great. So I am way behind in chat. I apologize. Mars says nobody said Luke couldn't have a wife. She was just never mentioned. We knew him as a bratty teenager, right? He didn't even have a girlfriend yet. And then we knew him as an old man at the end. We don't really know him in the middle, do we?
Yeah.
So there you go. I have hiccups all of a sudden. Did you say she was going to play Mar? Mar says. With great power comes great responsibility. The only way anyone can play the strongest Jedi is if they build up their muscles. Okay, so can we stick with the Jedi awesomeness for the next story?
Sure.
So we're going to have different opinions on this, okay? I love Star Wars. I've been excited about Galaxy's Edge. If you're a veteran of the show, you know that I've bragged about being there for the opening of Galaxy's Edge at Walt Disney World, but for opening day. I haven't done a few key things. So I haven't done Rise of Resistance. I wasn't there. I went before it was open, and then the pandemic hit. We haven't been back to ride the ride yet. So I haven't done Rise of Resistance. I haven't been in Oga's Cantina. When we were there for opening day, we made a decision to not wait in that line because we didn't have reservations because, it doesn't work out. So I haven't done Oga's Cantina, and I haven't done the lightsaber experience. And I haven't done the lightsaber experience because I don't want a lightsaber. How many lightsabers do you think we have in our garage?
I don't know.
I bet 10. And I don't even play with, what do I want a lightsaber for? So I don't care about a lightsaber, right? I've never cared about a lightsaber. I think it's cool. And I've said for a long time, well, if one of my daughters or if one of my grandsons or daughters, right, wants to do a lightsaber creation thing, that'll be when I get to experience. So if Reagan wants to, or one of my grandkids wants to do that, I'll experience someday, God willing, right?
I do want to do it.
This one kind of wanted to, and then she got pretty excited about it. Then she really wanted to. And then the other day we discovered what? What lightsaber experience are you excited about?
What was it called?
The dark saber is there. They have the dark saber that she's obsessed with. Apparently they have 4 new ones, which we may get to here in a minute too. I gotta be honest with you, I want this one.
Me too.
And I have no idea why. Casey, I need your help. Everybody else too. I don't know. I just looked at Casey's thing. Rise is mind blowing. I'm so annoyed that I haven't seen it. So let's go back a little bit. We had not ridden. Is ridden a word? Written. Yeah. We had not ridden. Nope, I can't talk. We had not been on Flight of Passage It was like 2 years old when we finally did it, right?
Yeah.
Because we didn't.
Because the line have been crazy for the past 2 years.
We're not big planners when we go. We're on vacation and we don't care. We'll get some fast passes here and there, but we're not really worried about them. But if we get them, we get them. If we don't, we don't. And so we never got a Flight of Passage one. And again, not because we didn't want to ride it, because there's other things. I mean, Expedition Everest for years has been, probably still is, my favorite.
But we've been on that ride constantly, though.
My favorite roller coaster. So if you told me I could ride Expedition Everest 3 times or Flight of Passage once, I'm going to go for Expedition Everest, right? It was my favorite ride, right? And there's so much other things to do in Animal Kingdom. But at some point, people are like, why haven't you don't want to ride it? You don't like Avatar? I'm like, no, we'll get to it. So then we finally rode it, and best ride ever, right?
Yeah, I love it.
Oh my gosh. And that's where I'm at with Rise. I want to do it so bad. Is it worth? I'm a big ROI guy. Sorry, nerd talk. Ready? Nerd talk. She's going to glaze over. Return on investment. How much time do I want to spend on X versus Y? Right? Oh, exactly, Casey. I love Expedition Everest. I love Expedition Everest. You love Expedition Everest. We love it, right?
Yeah, but Flight of Passage is my favorite ride.
But we hadn't ridden Flight of Passage in the story yet. And then now that we've ridden Flight of Passage, best ride ever, right?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. You can feel the freaking thing breathing. Like, what the heck? It's amazing.
Banshee breathing. You can feel the Banshee breathing.
Okay. I don't even understand how awesome it is. It's so awesome. And that's how I feel about Rise. Rise, for a Star Wars guy, for a Star Wars family, it almost feels like I'm cheating. We're cheating because we haven't ridden the best. Apparently, it's the best ride ever in a theme park. Oh, and it's Star Wars, and we haven't done it. But again, we didn't know the pandemic was going to screw up 12 of our plans.
Yeah.
And we're going in October. I don't even know if it's going to work out then. I really don't know. Yeah, Tron's going to be great. Hey, Space Mountain Dave in the house. What's going on, buddy? Casey Bryant says Everest is my favorite coaster by a mile. What's your favorite roller coaster? Mine is Expedition Everest.
Mine is Flight of Passage or
It's not a roller coaster. Test Track's a roller coaster.
Isn't there not any difference between the...
Roller coaster.
Oh, yeah. Now I get it.
Test Track's a good one. You like it more than me.
It's super cool.
Dave says, I can't wait until Tron opens up. It's not Star Wars, but let's talk about it. Are you excited about Tron?
I don't know.
What? We've talked about this. Tron's gonna be, we'll have to talk about it. I'm not tagging. It's okay, Mar. I'm glad you're here. You have to ride Rise. Sherry says we have to ride Rise. I'm so excited about riding Rise. I am. I don't think we're going to ride it in October. I really don't know. So in October, we're going, and it's a big family trip. So we're going to go. Her sister's going to go. Her sister with one of our granddaughters and her husband are going to go. My mom and her husband are going to go. Her other sister with her husband and her 2 kids are hoping to go. So I got to be honest with you, I don't think I'm going to get a vote on anything. And with all those people making decisions, I bet we don't ride Rise, because I just bet we don't ride Rise. But we'll see. If we don't ride Rise on October trip, I'm going to try to talk Mama, to go in December for Christmas, and then we're riding Rise. I don't care what anybody says, but we'll see. That's the plan. All right. We haven't talked much Star Wars on the Star Wars show. You ready for some more Star Wars talk?
Yes.
What do you think about Brie Larson being in Star Wars alone, let alone being this character?
I think just her being in the Star Wars universe would be cool, because I think she's an awesome character, because she's one of my favorite actresses. And her being a big character like this, I would love to see it.
Yeah, I mean,
I really hope these rumors end up being true.
you can buy the Darksaber at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland. We already talked about this. A Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland is selling a version of the Darksaber. The Darksaber, a famous Star Wars weapon seen in multiple projects over the years, has made its real-life debut. I'm not going to play it, somebody else's video, but how cool does that look, right?
See it?
The Darksaber has arrived in Batuu. Costs $199 with the blade. It's pretty cool. Major legends such as Darth Maul, Bo-Katan Kryze, and others have held on to the weapon over the years. It's often traded after people battle for it. Most recently, the Mandalorian from The Mandalorian obtained the Darksaber from Moff Gideon.
Yeah, which I can only imagine how worried Bo-Katan was.
I can only imagine.
I can only imagine how worried Bo-Katan was after she saw that Mando has the saber. They were probably...
That was a great scene.
They're probably in the position right now.
Back to chat. Return on investment on Rise is 10 to 1. The length of the ride is long. It's like a 30-minute event, right? The interactions are great, but the cue and the effects make it the most impressive ride, I think. I want to do it so bad. Whatever. It's a family trip. I'll see what they want to do. But I can't imagine us getting a pass for like all 20 of us or whatever. And your sister and her family are going. My sister, is Jennifer going? Do I know that? That's cool. I didn't know that. Maybe I did know that. Did you know Aunt Jennifer's coming to Disney with us?
No, but I do know that my cousin Genevieve, one of my best friends, she is longing to see us. Apparently, she has had enough of being in California.
She may be watching. So, hey, how you doing? Hi. And your sister, okay, there you go. Squirrel moment. How is Paula? No problem. You're welcome to Squirrel. She's doing much better, actually. Much, much better. I know I didn't go live as much this week as I told people. It was mostly because we had a busy week. But she's doing better. She's downstairs. Is she 100%? No. She's doing a lot better. Dave said, thanks for asking, Mar. How are you doing, Mar? Dave says, I will be back at Hollywood Studios next week. Can't wait. Dave, I'm jealous. Good for you. Jennifer says they're going nice. Hope you get a boarding pass. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I suspect that if I explain to all the crew what it takes to get on there, they won't even listen to the whole thing. I don't think there's not enough Ritalin for this group that's going. Yes, you can quote me. The Mandalorian, Dave Filoni's new job at Lucasfilm isn't actually new, but fans on Twitter think it is. Mandalorian cast celebrates as Dave Filoni is now executive creative director of Lucasfilm. I don't know what that means, but I know that they announced it, so it must be a step up for Mr. Filoni. I love Dave Filoni. If you like Star Wars, especially the Clone Wars, the Mandalorian, the Bad Batch, any of those, you love Dave Filoni because it's him.
Which, by the way, we need to start watching the Bad Batch.
Oh, we do. Dave Filoni is 100% the brain that is George Lucas brought forward. George Lucas in 77 and 80 and 83, let's be really, made the movies in 75 and 76 and the years preceding that. That's where George was. Dave still has the heart of George Lucas, the brain of George Lucas brought forward to 2021. Jon Favreau too, but Dave Filoni is the man. Yes, ma'am.
If you ask me, Dave Filoni, he's the imagination behind it because he created everything, and you have to have a big imagination to imagine all the characters.
George Lucas created everything. Dave Filoni is using his network, his outline, his main story, and he's expanding it times 1,000. That's why I love him.
Well, whoever ended up decided to make the Zillow Beast in Clone Wars, that took quite a bit of imagination.
Right?
Yeah, that thing was terrifying.
Casey says virtual queue is hard to get, but you don't have to be in the park to obtain it, so you can pivot your plans for Hollywood Studios days fairly. I mean, you can pivot your plans if you don't have 47 family members. I mean, honestly, Casey and everybody else, I suspect that they won't be willing to be patient. Love my family. Hi, family. I don't think there's any chance that they'll be willing to put everything on hold for that one thing. To be very, very real, most of them, so probably half of them, will be at Walt Disney World for the first time ever. So I'm gonna just be dad, grandpa, uncle apparently, and have a good time. Brother, yes, and have a good time with family and no rocking of the boat. And then we'll go.
The boat always rocks when you're in it.
And we'll take care of business for another time. I just don't think it's going to happen. We love Dave Filoni, trusted keeper of the Star Wars legacy. Exactly. Hitchhiking Bones. Exactly. All right, let's get back to more news. So Rangers of the New Republic show reportedly has been put on hold. Okay, so we know this. If you've been paying attention for a while, you know that when Disney made their announcement at their, not most recent, but the one maybe 3.5 months ago now, stockholders event or investors event, they talked about a bunch of the new shows, especially on Star Wars, on Disney Plus. Rangers of the New Republic was one of them that they talked about having. It was widely expected, believed, rumored that was going to be Gina Carano's starring role. Then Kathleen Kennedy decided to do what she wanted to do. Twitter got woke and Gina got fired. Whatever it is, whatever you believe, whatever the truth is, everybody believed that was going to be Gina's show, and now Gina's not part of Lucasfilm, and now this show's going away. Do with that what you will. They were doing a show for Gina, and they took it down. I actually think there's a chance this will come back. I have read certain articles where Gina is up to listening to Disney and Lucasfilm more specifically. We'll see. I can tell you this. Gina was just on, I haven't watched it, but the show with Bear Grylls on Disney Plus. I haven't watched it. I will. And Disney is promoting very hard that show and other shows for, I guess, Emmys and other things. So point in all this is Disney is now getting behind some of the Gina Carano stuff where 3 months ago they weren't. So all that to say, and I'm an unapologetic Gina didn't do anything wrong uber fan of Gina Carano. And if that makes you mad, I totally don't care. I love her. I will always love her. I agree with her. And if that makes you mad, have a nice life. I love her. And I love that Disney Lucasfilm is starting to show that maybe, yeah, we knew we screwed that up. We'll see. I don't think they're going to announce that, but we'll see. What else do we want to talk about? Fennec's return puts fans' loyalty to the test in Star Wars The Bad Batch. Now, to be real, we haven't watched The Bad Batch, but remember Fennec? Fennec she at the end is with the Boba Fett. They take out Jabba.
Oh, yeah.
And she's there at the end, and she's a good shot and all that. Apparently, she's in The Bad Batch, and people are confused about it.
Well, that makes no sense.
I can't help you. I haven't watched The Bad Batch.
Just saying.
I don't know. I haven't watched it. Star Wars finally gets around to congratulating Dave Filoni on the job promotion. Exactly. We just talked about that. It's causing a big stir. I don't know why. I think just Disney Twitter gets bored and wants to act like everything's horrible. What else? I think that's it. Omega. Yeah, I don't want to read that because that's about Bad Batch and they're already on episode 4 and we're not there yet. So we need to promise our people that we'll get caught up on Bad Batch. So next Saturday we can give them our opinion on Bad Batch. You got to stop staring off in space, buddy. I really, really, really wanted to talk about Bad Batch every week. It's just been a weird time. So let's dive into Bad Batch, okay?
Okay.
What else? Anything you want to say? Anything you wanted them to know?
Just that I think Wrecker is crazy silly. Like,
who's crazy?
Crazy silly.
Who?
Wrecker. He's
I don't know who that is.
He's a member of the Bad Batch. They first introduced him in an episode of Clone Wars. He's really crazy funny. He loves to explode things, and on a mission with Anakin Skywalker, Anakin gave him the controller to blow up the enemy ship, and he said, "This is the happiest day of my life," as he hit the detonator.
Mark says, "I'm grateful for the universe galaxy found Filoni to expand our consciousness." Dave Filoni's awesome, right? I love him.
Yeah, he's cool.
Cowboy hat. Mars talking to Grandma. I'm indebted to all of our Disney community. Oh, you're sweet. I think that's it. I think we've got a couple more moments before the clock strikes the hour. I'm glad we got to do this again. I love our Saturday shows. We have spoken. I love this young lady. I love the Star Wars universe, and I love all of you. Yesterday was YouTube payday. So if you watched one of the ads, or if you send me a super chat, or you're a member of the channel or whatever, that blessed me yesterday, and thank you for that. So that was really, really nice. And yeah, it all goes back into this channel or me and my ability to take my family to Disney. That makes sense? And buy other things for the YouTube channel. I think that's it. I think the mess we can do has been completed today. Creative Talk Live tomorrow night, right here on this channel with me and my co-host Lynn from the Lynn Project, who went out and got herself another 5K medal over the weekend. So congratulate her. She and my buddy Josh from Practically Perfect Park Hopping go live every other week on right after the show, and I think they're going live. I don't know if it's on Practically Perfect Park Hopping's channel, or we got a new member, or on Lynn's channel, but please go check that out if they're live today. Casey Bryant, my good friend from the Disney community, really good guy, just became a member of our channel. Aww. And anything that happens during this show, I always give her a little love. I don't know where I have to go. I don't know, buy you ice cream or something. Anyway, Casey, thanks for being a member of the channel. Guys, if you don't know what that means they show up in green. They get highlighted in the chat. The chat shows up so we can't miss it, and they have access to some emojis and stuff like that. We also do some special things for our members, including a live stream now and then just for them on Zoom. I haven't done that in a while. We'll need to get that rolling, and other stuff. But anyway, Casey and all the other members, everybody who shows up in green, thank you for blessing us and the channel that way. I think we're done. I love you very much. I love you guys. We love Star Wars. We have spoken. Thanks for watching, listening. What do you want to say to the people?
Thank you very much for coming, and we have spoken. And have a fantastic day.
Isn't she great? Love you guys. Thanks for letting me do this with her. Thanks for showing up, because it means a lot to both of us that she loves seeing your names and faces in the chat. All right, that's it. I guess someone is getting a new car. Yeah, right. I wish. All right, love you all. Have the best day ever. See you tomorrow night for Creative Talk Live, and maybe some surprises in between. And Casey, thanks for becoming a member. All right, Triple D in the house, Detroit Disney Duo. Thank you for being here. All right, that's it. We love you. See you soon. Bye.
See ya.